Good morning. It is Tuesday, February 16th, and this is Marc Morial, and this is ReMarcs Live. And I'm coming to you once again. Let me just say good morning to all, and I hope that all of you had a great weekend. Happy Valentine's Day. Here in the Northeast and throughout the United States, we have very difficult weather. It's snowing here. I'm thinking about the people across the nation, particularly in Texas, who do not have power. I hope power is restored and there are no lives lost as a result of this very serious weather situation taking place throughout the nation. So we continue to keep the best interest and whereabouts and thoughts and prayers for all of those who've suffered from COVID or died from COVID. And now that the vaccine has become available, we certainly encourage people to get the information you need to make an intelligent choice about taking the vaccine. And more information will be available throughout on that as we work closely with the CDC, the Black Medical Schools, blackdoctors.org, a range of people we're working with at the National Urban League to make sure people have the best information on the vaccine to make their own choice in an intelligent way, not based on wild claims, conspiracy theories of fear, but with good, basic, solid, transparent information. Over the weekend, the Senate, by 57 to 43 vote, convicted Donald Trump. It was the absolute right thing, did not convict Donald Trump, but voted to convict Donald Trump, but came up short of the 66 votes needed for a conviction in an impeachment trial under the Constitution. Those 57 United States senators saw what you and I saw, a powerful case by the House impeachment managers with video and phone and a timeline which proved me out by preponderance of the evidence, by clear and convincing evidence, whatever standard you want to use, that Donald Trump was at the epicenter of the insurrection on January 6th. And his involvement borders on just absolute treason and contempt for the great American Constitution. So those senators who voted, the 57, I want to salute them for their courage. Those who did not, obviously, were shaking like leaves in fear, not because of any moral position, but because of fear for their own political life. Nothing more could have been at play because the case was so convincing and indeed so overwhelming. But this is not the end. Donald Trump continues to face legal jeopardy, civil and criminal proceedings in multiple states. I expect that there will be more. The victims, the 7 people who died as a result of the January 6th insurrection, are certainly people who I am sure are talking to lawyers to hold Donald Trump responsible and the Trump campaign responsible, and all of the people that organize that disgrace, that stain on American democracy. And we have to fight for American democracy. We really got to fight for it. The right to vote, the right to participate in the selection of our leaders. We cannot surrender it. And we have to fight for it because it is indeed at stake. As all across the nation, you see this effort in many of these state legislatures to suppress the vote, to make it harder for people to vote, to literally snatch the vote away from people. We will not let it happen without a fight. And when I say fight non-violently is what we mean. We're in the spirit of Martin Luther King. We fight with our head, we fight with our hearts, we fight with our passion. We battle in a non-violent fashion, period, is what we embrace, is what we support. What I personally embrace and support, and what we at the National Urban League embrace and indeed support. So we'll see as proceedings continue. You know, I've been quite interested in the option that I believe is available to the Congress to use Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which I believe allows the Congress by simple majority vote in each house to ban Donald Trump from holding federal office in the future. Donald Trump is the worst American president in our lives and perhaps of all time, because of the way in which he tried to divide this nation, the way in which he tried to overthrow a peaceful transition of power. It's unacceptable. We can never, ever, ever bend our knee and even suggest that there's any scintilla of legitimacy, indeed, to those efforts. Now, Joe Biden has a robust, almost $2 trillion stimulus plan, recovery plan, COVID relief plan, I think is a more accurate term, now pending in the Congress. We are preparing to support that effort because of what's in it, ladies and gentlemen. Checks for all making under $75,000. I want to see the minimum wage stay in that bill because we need, and a minimum wage increase is long overdue. Hasn't been since 2007. So even in the depths of the recession, some said it's not a good time. When the economy came back, it still wasn't a good time. Now they say, well, with COVID, it's not a good time. They remind me of the old fella in the Dr. Seuss book. I would not raise the minimum wage with a fox or in a box or on the train or in the rain. I will not raise the minimum wage in good times, in bad times. I simply will not vote to raise the minimum wage. Well, the minimum wage is a way to demonstrate a vote of confidence in the working men and women and families of America. Substantial numbers of those that earn the minimum wage are women with children under the age of 40. Let's not turn our backs on mothers who are raising children in this country, who are working to earn money for food and clothing and shelter for their own families. Raising the minimum wage at this point is an issue of morality. It's an issue of fairness. It's an issue of right versus wrong in this nation. So I hope that remains. We'll fight for it to remain in the package. I know to some extent they're saying the parliamentarian will have to decide whether it's quote unquote germane under reconciliation rules. Let it stay in that package. Let's vote this strong, big, strong, robust package out. Let's not be tricked by even some of these economists who are saying, oh, I'm afraid of inflation. What inflation are you talking about? The Fed will respond if there's an inflationary threat. That's a false argument. And those economists who've made that argument, some of whom I know, some of whom I respect, you're dead wrong. We need the stimulus because we're not producing jobs, because the economy is slow, because schools need money to make it safe for kids to go back, because unemployed people need support to get back in the workforce, because cities and states that have been on the front lines have lost untold tax dollars because the economy is slow. We need to give them a bridge over troubled water. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. So big, bold is good. And I can take it even bigger because of what we're facing. We're facing a deep, deep, deep economic headache, a healthcare headache with COVID. And you know, the bigger the headache, the bigger the pill that's needed to address this. So I want each of you to look out. We will be soon coming back to you with a way in which you can send your voice to members of the United States Congress in support of this COVID relief bill. We'll be coming back to you with those details on Thursday and beyond, because you have to be in this fight. Every one of us has to be in the conversation, weighing in with our voice. We can't be passive. We have to be active. We have to be action oriented. That's what these times call for. No cynicism, no do-nothingism, no watching, no spectating, no observing. We're going to be active participants in this work and in this fight on COVID, on the economy, on racial justice, on criminal justice reform, pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, to do a whole host of things that are needed and necessary in this period. I hope I can count on you. I'll be coming back to you with details. I hope you'll join me once again on Thursday. Once again, this has been Marc Morial. It's Tuesday, the 16th of February in 2021. Thank you for joining ReMarcs Live. Follow us to continue the conversation at Marc Morial, at Nat Urban League, across all social media channels. And we will see you again very, very soon. Stay empowered. God bless, and keep the faith.